Okay, we are recording for the first tale out of Grimm's Fairy Tales. It says there. The Frog King, which it kind of just ends. Let me just go over my notes. I mean, it is short. They're all relatively short, which is nice. Well, let me get ahead, be able to take some time off to focus on writing. Anyway, so it starts off feeling like it's just more a standard fairy tale. Beautiful young princess, has a favorite toy, a golden ball, plays with it, loses it down a well. Although it sounds more like it's not a well like it's built up because it's on the ground, rolls in, and then you can't see it. So I guess I guess it would still be a well, but more almost like a small lake, I guess, a pond, large pond, but very, very deep so that she can't see the bottom. She's crying. Frog comes up and is like, "Why are you crying?" Which confuses her initially, but it's fairy tale. So when she sees it's a frog, it's like, "Oh, I dropped my toy, and I really, really want it." And he's like, "If I get it, what will you give me?" And she's like, "I'll give you anything. The pearls around my neck, this beautiful dress I'm wearing, the golden crown." He's like, I don't want any of those. Make me your companion, and then I'll get it for you." She promises that. So he goes, gets it, brings it up, spits it out. She takes it and is very, very happy, and immediately runs off because she's very happy and completely forgot about him. And he's like, "Wait, you forgot about me. And what about your promise?" But she forgot because she didn't really care. I mean, let's be real. She did not care. I mean, it kind of reminded me a little bit of at some point I may do. I'd have to get a good book for it. I'm not sure if I got a copy of Edith Hamilton, but it's kind of old, and I don't really want to like that. It could be falling apart, kind of thing. But I would like to go through other mythology potentially, including Greco-Roman. Which one thing that's kind of funny in it, you can definitely learn never swear by the river Styx. It's the kind of promise that when the gods make it, it's like they can't break that one. They get into lots of trouble that way. But anyway, she makes that promise, doesn't keep it. So I think it said it was the next day, I don't quite remember. She's at dinner, there's a knocking at the door. She goes to see what it is. It's a frog. She slams the door, goes back, and is visibly upset, visibly disturbed. So the king, her father, is like, "What's going on?" And she tells him, and he goes, "Go open the door. That you made a promise, you need to keep it." And essentially just that. I just want to... Yeah. "That which thou hast promised must thou perform. Go and let him in." So lets him in. And she is repulsed by the frog. But does have to actually, because it wants to be put up on a chair. Then it wants to be put up on the table so that it can then eat from her plate. This was all part of what he had asked, and she said yes to. And the king is like, "Yeah, do it." And it's like, I mean, honestly, good on him. I mean, it's for multiple reasons. I mean, for one thing, just being her father should be a yes. You made a promise, you do need to keep it. You might not like it, but you do need to keep it. And then there's also that he's a king. You kind of need to raise your kids when you're a king to be like, you made a promise, you need to keep it. It is, you are held to that standard. So it would be that as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to spot. Okay. So Varg had also asked that. Yeah, I just want to see. Yeah, so just part of what he had asked for. "Be thy companion and playfellow, and sit by thee at thy little table, and eat off thy little golden plate, and drink out of thy little cup, and sleep in thy little bed. If thou wilt promise me this, I will go down below and bring thee the golden ball up again." Now she does... Wait, no, or maybe he says that he's feeling tired, so he wants to go up to bed, and she doesn't want to bring him with her. And again, the king... Well, but the king grew angry and said, "He who helped thee when thou wert in trouble ought not afterwards to be despised by thee." Which, should be fair, is a very good... That is a good lesson. I mean, yeah, sometimes the people who help you maybe aren't to be trusted. That is to be fair. But it still is. There's no reason for her not to. She's just... She thinks a frog is icky. So it's like, no, you you made this promise. You do have to keep it. And then it gets weird because then it is like, let's just get to the end. It's like, I'm confused. I mean, and not to say that I was necessarily expecting it to be Grimm, 1M, not 2. But it's then she is like, well, I'm gonna get into bed, and he's like, okay, put me in there. No, and he like tries to get there, and she grabs him and just hurls him across the room against the wall, and the frog hits the wall, but when he falls, it's a young prince. And then it's like, okay, everything is just golden now. Everything's great now. The curse is broken because only she could get him out of the well. And it's like, witch cursed him into being a frog, and only the young princess could bring him out of the well. And now, by her father's command, that king's command, he is now your companion and your husband. And it's like, okay, yes, kings can do that to their daughters. I mean, can't say, okay, you're the princess, you gotta marry that prince. That's how it's gonna happen. But we kind of like just stop talking about her at all. Besides that, it's now like people from his kingdom now come to bring them to his home, including a servant, Henry, who had 3 iron bands be laid around his heart because he was a faithful servant. He loved his master, the prince, who was turned into a frog, and so he needed the bands there to keep his heart from breaking. And as they are going back home, the bands break, and every time they do, the prince thinks it's the carriage itself breaking. And it's like, no, it's one of these bands. But still, it's like, where's the lesson here? I mean, it just seems odd, because like the princess did get to marry an actual prince, an actual king. And I'm not really sure what necessarily is the lesson here. I mean, there's a part of me that's, well, I expect maybe later stories will be a bit more harsh, where it's like she would be punished for how she is choosing to be, not exactly choosing, but how she's treating the frog who did help her. So yeah, it just, I don't know, feels short and just and everything worked out great for her, even though she was mean. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a little confused by that. And we'll see. It could also just be, I mean, it is the first one. It is the first one in here. Maybe there will be others that get more into that, hey, there are lessons for you to learn. I don't know. We shall see. Oh, and also just, that is actually one of the illustrated plates that they do use. And you can see right there, that's her carrying the frog up with just 2 fingers, so she doesn't want to handle it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would have liked it if it was a little bit longer there, where it was more like she had then she was happy about this, like, oh, it's wonderful, that icky frog is actually a beautiful prince, kind of thing. Goes off and then finds that this is actually terrible, that she is still being punished because it's like, you made the promise, then you broke it, then you tried to break it, and now you tried to break it because you didn't actually want to keep it, so you are without character. And now it's like, oh, it's something you want to keep, so now it's actually going to twist again, so now it's something you actually don't want, even though you thought you did at the time. So it's like, I don't know, I was really expecting something like that, because that would be more of a moral here, because it could then in part be, if she had simply kept her promise to begin with, none of that would have happened. Like, instead of her breaking the curse, her failing to uphold the promise causes a curse to be on her, which is a classic kind of fairy tale thing. Let me actually... I'm trying to remember, because I think Rumpelstiltskin has an element of that. A broken promise, and then it leading to the problem. Is Sleeping Beauty also in this? I think Sleeping Beauty is also here. I think that one also does connect to a broken promise. I don't remember. We'll find out when we get there. But that is a classic moral out of various stories, that you don't break your promises. When you do, that does lead to significant problems. and curses and such. So it just seemed odd how this one was like, nope, everything's good. And hey, at least it was short. I mean, as I said, yeah, didn't I say at the start? It's like I'm going to enjoy that because hopefully it means I can get ahead and we'll be able to take a break between this and the next book to do more writing. It's a bit easier when I don't need to spend any time on this. Don't get me wrong, I like doing this. It's just time management isn't always enjoyable. So yeah, next will be King Thrushbeard, which, to be honest, I have no idea on that one. I think I've heard of it before, but I couldn't say I know it. Then we got Tom Thumb, that one I do know. Robert Bridegroom, nope. Cinderella, obviously. Rumpelstiltskin, yeah. Rapunzel, yeah. The Straw, the Coal, and the Bean, no idea. And it's like, I'd say maybe a fifth of these I know. So about 8. Like, or at least that I have heard. Like Little Red Riding Hood, yeah, I know that one. Golden Goose, that I know. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, yeah, that one will be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyway, see you next time.